Hello everyone. Welcome back to the radio show. It is Thursday, December 18th, 2025. I'm your host, HCI. Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting paper from the archives. It is about how we see and understand important information about our planet. The topic falls under human-computer interaction, or what we call is .HC. Let me introduce the title of the article. It is called A Constructive Scientific Methodology to Improve Climate Figures from IPCC. The curl is HCI. For core clients, 12.15,514 font. That is a long title, right? But do not worry, I will explain it simply, just like we are in a classroom. So let us talk about the problem this paper is trying to solve. You know about the IPCC, right? The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or the big group of scientists who study how our Earth is warming up. They write very important reports. However, there is a big challenge. The charts and graphs in these reports are made by scientists, and they are made for other scientists. They are very complex and hard to understand for regular people, or even for the politicians who make the laws. Now, you might think, why not just hire an artist to redraw them and make them pretty? Well, that is where it gets tricky. If a newspaper or a designer changes the chart to make it look better, some people might say, hey, did you change the data too? Is this fake news? This creates skepticism or doubt. This paper proposes a really smart solution. They created a methodology, or a set of rules, to improve these figures while keeping a chain of trust. It is like a relay race where everyone has a specific job. First, you have the improvers. These are the designers who want to make the chart easier to read. Then you have the reviewers. These are the climate scientists who check the work. They make sure the science is still 100% accurate. They also use something called learning objectives. This is like a quiz. They test if regular people actually understand the main point of the chart. If the people get a higher score on the quiz with the new chart, then we know the improvement worked. They even use computer code, specifically a tool called Git, to track every single change. This means anyone can look back and see exactly what was changed, so there are no secrets. Now, let us think about how we can use this in our everyday lives. This is not just for climate reports. This method of trustworthy design can be used in many places. Here are 3 examples of how we could apply this. First, let us look at mobile apps. Imagine a weather app on your smartphone. Usually, you just see the temperature for today. Using this technology, app designers could show context data, like how the temperature in your city has changed over the last 50 years, because of the chain of trust. You would know that the colorful graph on your phone is exactly what the scientists measured, but designed to be super easy to swipe and read on a small screen. Second, think about virtual reality, or VR, and augmented reality, or AR. Imagine a classroom of students with VR headsets. They could walk inside a 3D model of the atmosphere. Usually, making 3D models requires simplifying things a lot, but with this methodology, we can ensure that the clouds and heat waves the students see are scientifically accurate visuals. It helps students learn the truth without getting overwhelmed by boring spreadsheets. Third, and this is very important, is accessibility technology. This is for the elderly or people with disabilities. A complex scientific chart is often impossible for a screen reader to describe to a blind person. Using this method, improvers can create a simplified version or a text description that explains the key trends, and the scientists verify it. So a voice assistant could say, the graph shows that global temperature has risen by 1 degree since the year 1850. This makes sure everyone, no matter their ability, has access to the same high-quality facts. It is really different from just using Photoshop or drawing tools. Usually, when we design things, we focus on making them look cool. This method focuses on trust and understanding. It combines the creativity of art with the strict rules of science. I think this is wonderful. It helps us bridge the gap between experts and everyone else. When they understand the data better, we can make better choices for our planet. That is all for today's trending paper. I hope you found it interesting. See you next time on the radio.